Hi guys, I'm Dorothy Tam. So this is my last video of BCM 215 Digital Artifact. So my short video is about the horrible ideologies behind Animal Crossing. Have you guys ever found out that Animal Crossing is actually sending out an ideology of capitalism to us? Well, according to a book, Capitalism, a short introduction, is saying that capitalism is an economic system in which private individuals or business own capital goods. The production of goods and services is based on supply and demand in the general market. Well, that would be the most basic meaning of capitalism, but today I'm going to put the main focus on one of the famous economic books, The Theory of the Leisure Class, which is written by Florentine Faivelland in 1899. It is a book that has social critical of conspicuous consumption, and Faivelland have also criticized it. People always consumption before production. If you played Animal Crossing before, you guys would know that you had to lend money when you first arrived at the island, or else you won't have enough money to decorate your own island and finish the mission that the villager gave it to you. So before production, you already have consumption. That means you have a debt. At the same time, Faivelland have mentioned another concept of conspicuous consumption. Do you guys still remember the time that everyone uploaded their Animal Crossing gameplay experience and their own island to different social media platforms? I had to admit that I'm one of the people too. At that time, I loved to upload my own island to Instagram. I loved to receive compliment and like from my friends. So it is kind of like a build-up of my self-identity too. At the same time, more and more players just like me who want their island to look more outstanding. So what can we do? We could to lend more money so that we could add more decoration in our own island. So it has become like a show off on social media. If our island looked more beautiful, so we could receive more like and compliment. Faivelland had also mentioned that the upper class and middle class will usually ignore the effort or hard working of lower class, that means the producer. If I refer this concept to Animal Crossing, the upper class will be the Tom Nook, middle class will be the villager, the lower class will be the players. Every time when player finished the villager mission, the villager won't say anything that's showing their appreciation. They only would offer more mission to the player. And player always have to lend money from Tom Nook just for satisfies the desire of the villager. So the player just feeds the another concept that Faivelland mentioned it, patriots labor. Player always have to keep playing this game day and night just for finish the mission and settle the debt. In reality, it is another way of wasting real time and energy too. Then let's talk about the ideology of casino capitalism. It is a concept that presented by Susan Strange in 1986. She's saying that a capitalism society is just like a famous casino in Las Vegas, because both of them are full of speculative and risk. A successful casino must have four important elements: gambler, gambling equipment, bets, and bargaining chips. Maybe at this moment you guys will feel like it is not related to Animal Crossing. But what if I use this concept to refer to the Trumpless Exchange in Animal Crossing? The gambler will be the player, the gambling equipment will be the Trumpless, the bets will be the money that lent from Tom Nook, the bargaining chips will be the exchange price of Trumpless. At this moment, we must mention another famous book, The Green Imperative, that written by Victor Popovnik in 1995. He have actually mentioned a concept of conference. So let me give you guys an example. So you and your friend just visited to Las Vegas. At first, you're saying that you won't go inside any casino. But eventually, most of your friends just go inside. So because of pressure, you will go to the casino too. Just imagine if most of the Animal Crossing player telling you that this week the Trumpless price would be really high. So it would become another pressure too, and become an attractive element for you. So you would lending more money from Tom Nook or spending more money for buying the Trumpless and waiting for Sunday to sell it for the good price. Animal Crossing media culture is actually sending out and broad investment and money value to us. Most of their players of Animal Crossing are underage. They still not have a clear concept of money. So it was causing them to feel like, oh, lend money in virtual world is mean no consequence in reality. And in the future, it probably would affect his or her investment value too. Then let's talk about the ideology of Hedolism. It is a concept that presented by an ancient Greek philosopher, Epicurus. So he's saying that happiness is separate to short-term and long-term. If I refer it to Animal Crossing, the short-term will be the happiness from playing Animal Crossing, but in long-term, player will addicted to the relaxed feeling, because Animal Crossing is some kind of like an escape from reality and urban too. Then let's talk about the ethical issue of Animal Crossing. So I will using myself as an example. I would say at that time I'm an Animal Crossing addictor. I am lack of self-control over this game. Well, for some article, it's pointed out that Animal Crossing allowed the player to live a calm and daily life, while most of the player may not be able to live as leisurely in real life. So it's become an attractive element and even becomes a way for player to escape reality. And its media tests, paratests, and media culture is causing me to spend too much time and effort on Animal Crossing. Probably a day I could spend 8 to 9 hours. How crazy is it? And I become more emotional because of the Trumpless Exchange. Sometimes I would get really furious if I can't sell it for a good price. And it will bring another ethical issue too, make bullying become reasonable. Some of the villagers maybe not have a good looking, and some player just uploaded some YouTube video or writing some blog to teaching that the other player how to kicking out this kind of character outside their village. So some of their players are underage. Probably they will mess up with reality and virtual world. Probably they will feel like bullying is acceptable in reality because they do the same thing in the virtual world. And here are some suggestions to the people who are over addicted to Animal Crossing. First, set time limit for play and stick to it. Then keep gaming device out of the bedroom so you won't play overnight. And do other activity every day, including exercise or reading. Just put your focus on other activity. At the same time, this will lower the health risk of sitting and playing for long stretches of time too. Because I know that this video have lots of technical terms, so I also provide some Chinese meaning too. And here's the references. So thank you for watching this video.